Here we go then. It's a Sunday once more. Oh my goodness. What a day it has been. Yes, it is raining again. There is the view outside right now. So that is actually the view outside the window at this very moment in time. Look at that. Can you see it? Oh my goodness. It's windy, it's misty, it's raining, it's cloudy, it's dull, it's dismal. It's everything really, to be honest with you. It's not the best of days. So, it is Sunday and we are back once again. Yeah. Thank you for that response. I am assuming there was a response. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I really hope so. We are here all together once again to share our love of the English language. My name is Mr. Duncan and I teach English on YouTube, and I've been doing that for almost 13 years. I often say that I am YouTube's best kept secret. Make of that what you will. So we are all here together again. Can I first of all say, if you want to watch me with captions, I'm not joking. You can actually watch me with captions live. Isn't technology amazing? So yes, if you press this button on your keyboard, you will actually get live captions. So I'm talking to you now and I'm saying, hello, hello, how are you today? How are you today? Today. And you will see the words come up on the screen as if by magic. Now there will be a slight delay between me speaking and the words coming on the screen, but you will get the captions live. Isn't it amazing? I must admit I am very impressed. Thank you very much, YouTube. So press this button and you will get the captions live, as live can be. Also, if you are watching on your mobile device, because I know a lot of people like to watch on the mobile phone, you can actually press in the corner of the screen and you can get live captions on your mobile device as well. I don't believe it. This is incredible. Thank you very much, YouTube, for providing such an amazing service. So yes, you can now get live captions. So if you can't follow everything I'm saying, you can have the captions on the screen during the live broadcast. I think that's amazing. We can go to the moon. We can almost go to Mars. And now we can also have captions on the live stream. My goodness. Thank you very much for joining me today. Lots of things to talk about. We are talking about the meaning of certain words. What does nepotism mean? We will be talking about nepotism. There it is now on the screen, if you have the captions. Nepotism. Also, we'll be looking at uses of the word blow as well, coming up later on. Also, now this is something I want to talk about, maybe not for a long time, but a few minutes. Today I also want to talk about annoying habits that people have when they're speaking English. And this happens with native English speakers. So first of all, I am not attacking people who are learning English as a second language. What I am actually doing is talking about people who speak English as their first language. And some people who are native English speakers have very annoying habits when they are speaking the English language. So that coming up later as well. So I hope by now you have activated the live captions and you can see me talking, hear me talking, and also read me talking at the same time. Wow, I am blown away. Oh, More about that later. So let's have a look outside. Well, as you can see, it is a very murky day. I know I've shown you the outside already, but here is something nice and cheerful to look at. Oh, look, some lovely flowers in my garden, growing away, looking very nice, very colourful. So I thought I would show you some of the flowers in my garden just to cheer us all up, because it's a little gloomy today here in the UK. We had a lot of rain yesterday as well, which is strange really, because last week the weather was amazing. We had some amazing weather last week. It was so hot. If you weren't watching yesterday, can I say that the temperature last week here in the UK reached the highest ever recorded, 38.7 Celsius. That was the heat that was occurring last week here in the UK. And in Paris, I think it was about 42, 41 or 42 degrees. Incredible. And that is actually something I was talking about yesterday as well. A very interesting subject, and one that I'm sure we will be discussing for many years to come. What is happening? What is happening? Alamgir. Hello, Alamgir. Guess what? You are first on today's live stream, so that deserves a round of applause. A round of applause for you, so congratulations. Also, we have Belarusia. Hello, Belarusia. Nice to see you back here today. And can I send my best regards to you and your family? Martha is here. Martha Poland. Hello, everyone. Hi, Mr. Duncan. Connell. Nice to see you here again, Connell. Connell is one of my regular viewers for the past 3 years. I think Connell has been watching. So welcome back. It is lovely to see your lovely smiling face on my YouTube channel. Beatrice is here. Hi, Mr. Duncan. Happy Sunday. Yes, I hope today will be happy for you and also me as well. We have Vadim. Hello, Vadim. Nice to see you here as well on the live stream. Hello, Hiroko or Hiroko, watching in Malaysia, a country I know very well. Kaiba is here. Tomek. Also, Massimo. Hi, Massimo. Izar. Hello, Izar. Izar Barty says hello. Where are you watching at the moment? Also, Mika. Hello. A big hello to Japan and Mika as well. Maruzi or Maruz says hello, Mr. Duncan. Also, Kaiba. Harwash or Harbash. Also, we have Massimo, who says, hello, Mr. Steve, whatever you are doing. Mr. Steve at the moment is in the house. He is here, but he's busy upstairs doing something very important for his future. That's all I can say for now. Apparently, Mr. Steve wants me to keep everything he's doing a secret. So some people have started saying, Mr. Duncan, we think maybe you and Mr. Steve, maybe you are not together anymore. It's not true. We are still together. We still know each other. In fact, next month, we will be celebrating our 30th year knowing each other. 30 years. We actually met way back in the 1980s. Can you believe it? I can't. Oh, and also next month, it is my birthday. I will be another year older in August. Lilia! Hi, I'm delighted to be joining you from the very beginning. Nice to see you here today. Let's see what Mr. Duncan has got for us today. What does Mr. Duncan have in store. I like that. So if you have something in store for someone, it means you have something prepared. So something you are about to do, something that you will do soon, something you have in store, something you have prepared. So I wonder what Mr. Duncan has in store for us today. What have I prepared for you? Also, we have Palmyra. Hello, Palmyra. Nice to see you as well. I will give you some of the details. You saw them at the beginning of today's program. If you want to follow me on Facebook, you can. There you can see my Facebook address, also my email. And if you want to make a donation to my YouTube channel to allow it to continue forever and ever, you can. You can make a donation at PayPal, and there you can see the address. It's very easy to do. And for those who are wondering, you can catch me every weekend on Saturday, 12 midday UK time, also Sunday 2 p.m. UK time, and don't forget, every Wednesday there is a new recorded lesson. My full English lesson, there will be a new one every Wednesday. So lots of things for you to look at. Meanwhile, on the live chat, hello to Hai Kao Lulu, who is watching in Vietnam. Hello to Vietnam. I know I have a lot of people watching there. Also, we have Alessandro. Hello, Alessandro. Also, Tomek. And who else is on today? Who have I not said hello to? Soran. Hello, Soran. Is it your first time here? If it is your first time, don't forget to let me know, and then I will give you something special. The view behind you, Mr. Duncan, looks beautiful and dismal. Yes, that behind me is actually a live view in the garden. So that is actually the garden right now behind me. Hello, Mr. Duncan, says Axanth. Hello, Axanth. Nice to see you here today. Megumi. Hello, Megumi Oshita. Hello to you as well, watching in Japan. A big hi to you. Now, I know yesterday there were some really heavy rainstorms taking place yesterday in Japan. So I hope you are still safe and dry where you are in Japan. Also, we have Irene and Liu Glory. Hello, Mr. Duncan. How to watch you live in China? Well, there is one special way of watching YouTube in China, and that is you have to use an external VPN. So you have to go around the Great Firewall of China to watch me. So if you want to watch me in China, you have to use some special VPN, which will allow you to contact and get in touch with websites that are outside China. Of course, since 2009, YouTube has been blocked in China. As soon as China hosted the Olympic Games, they blocked YouTube. That's nice. Hello, Michelle. Hello from southern Italy. Apparently, it has been very hot in Italy as well. We have had some record temperatures. We have broken the record here in the UK. We had the hottest day ever recorded in the UK. 38.7. Palmyra is here, or Palmyra. Palmyra says nepotism is a very bad thing. Let's have a quick look, shall we? Oh, it's almost as if I've prepared this lesson. So there you can see the word nepotism. Nepotism. Can you see it on the screen now? So the word nepotism means to offer favours and give extra privileges to those close to you, to abuse a position of power by offering high positions to family members and friends. So nepotism is just to show favour to people who you have a direct connection with. And this happens quite a lot maybe in politics, where a person is given a very high position and maybe they give jobs to their friends or relatives around them. So we call this nepotism. It is a very negative word, and it is one that you might hear a lot nowadays for certain reasons. I'm not saying anything, but at the moment the word nepotism is being used quite a lot. So nepotism, to offer favours. If you offer favours, it means you do things especially for that person for a certain reason. Maybe because a person is your friend or relative. So you do something to help a person. You do something kind. Favours. You offer favours. You offer nice things to someone. To favour someone is to pick one person out above other people. So you favour that person. You will also notice that the word favour is actually spelt differently. So you can see there that there is a U. A U. Can you see it there? In the word favour. And that is British English spelling. So in American English, there is no U in favour. It is missing. So nepotism is something you might be hearing about, especially in British politics and maybe in politics where you are, but it is certainly a word that is being used quite a lot these days. Nepotism. Quite a negative word, you might say. Back to the live chat. Ismail is here. Hello, Ismail. Nice to see you. Hello from Germany. Helena also. We have Chris Mirals. Hello, Chris. Nice to see you here as well. Yes, the flowers look so sunny. I think so. I think sometimes it is nice to see something pretty and attractive on your screen. I think colourful flowers, something natural, always makes you feel a little better. That's why I enjoy watching nature. I have a big interest in nature, wildlife, and especially birds. I like to treat the birds that come into my garden well. So yes, I do like looking at nature. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much for appreciating it as well. Nepotism. Yes, nepotism is something that happens a lot. To give favours to your friends and relatives. So the example that I gave just now is if you are offered a high up position, maybe you will offer jobs to your friends and relations to work with you or near to you. Saturino. Hello, Mr. Duncan. Today I can breathe because yesterday it was 46. Saturino, I think maybe you have the highest temperature today or yesterday. Saturino says yesterday the temperature was 46 degrees. Oh dear. Nepotism can also be described as backing or kickback. Yes, I suppose kickback. That is a great expression. So if you offer a kickback, it means you are giving favour or maybe money to someone. You are showing favour to another person. Kickback. Yes, and of course, you can get kickbacks quite often in politics and business. Not very positive, to be honest. Ava is here. Hello, Ava, watching in Egypt. Thank you very much for joining my live stream today. Don't forget, if you've just joined me, you can watch the captions. Live captions are now available. All you have to do is press this button on your keyboard. Sidi is here. Hello, Mr. Duncan. I am from Senegal and I appreciate your way of teaching. I want to have contacts in order to make my English more fluent. Thank you indeed. Well, you are in the right place because here you can listen to English. You can also read English with the captions. So there are many ways of following my lessons. And you can always learn something new. So if you watch me every week, I can guarantee I am 100% sure that your English will improve. Sally. Hello to Sally. Sally. Hello to you today. Sally. Hello, Mr. Duncan. Thanks for following me today. Nice to see you back again. Blue Thunder. Hello, Blue Thunder. I haven't seen you for a very long time. Now, I think, if I remember right, I think you've been staying at your grandfather's. Is that true? Is that right? A lot of people say, Mr. Duncan, you never read our messages. But I do. I read all of your messages. So, yes, I know that Blue Thunder has been staying with his grandfather. Thank you, Mr. Duncan, for your warm words to my direction. That's okay, Connell? No problem. Life is beautiful. It certainly is. I always say that life is great because it's always better than the alternative when you think about it. Mr. Duncan, how are you keeping? Without swimming, I don't swim. I can't swim. I am very good at drowning, but I'm not very good at swimming. Today, the water is 18 degrees and it is very fine and cool. Well, you won't find me going into the water because I can't swim. I don't like water. I don't like being in the water, to be honest. Hello, were you absent yesterday? Was I absent? No, I was here yesterday. I did a live stream yesterday. Every Saturday you can catch me. So there again you can see Saturday, 12 p.m, midday UK time. Sunday, that's today, 2 p.m. UK time. And a new full English lesson every Wednesday. Hello also to Mr. Duncan from Andy. Hello, Andy. Nice to see you here. Kathy says, I can't believe it either. You look so young to have known each other for 30 years. Yes, I've known Steve for 30 years. We actually met in 1989. A very long time ago. We actually met on my birthday. So that's why those two things are happening in August, because they are happening on the same day. Hello, Mr. Duncan. English Language School, USA. I love the way you integrate idioms into your conversation. Smooth job. Thank you very much for that. I guess you must be an English teacher as well, so good luck with your work. Nico, Valencia. Hello to Valencia. Oh, very lovely place, by the way. I've watched the news about the fact that there is no air conditioning in London. Yes, people last week were suffering in the heat, especially on public transport like trains and also the underground in London. People were on these trains and there is no air conditioning and people were literally roasting. It was so hot on the trains. People were getting really hot is the word I'm looking for. Lilia, am I right to assume that you enjoy water? And that is a message for Palmyra. I think Palmyra is actually by the sea. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I like watching your streams, but only the live ones. Thank you, Sari. Well, you are in the best place today because I am now talking to you live on YouTube it is just approaching 2:30 on a Sunday afternoon, and we are coming towards the end of July. The next time I see you live will be in August. Next week. Next weekend, we will be into August. And as I mentioned earlier, my birthday will be on the way in August. Oh dear. Hello to Theo. Hello, Theo, from Greece. A big hello to Greece. I have been to Greece twice. I have been to the beautiful island of Corfu. Corfu is a very beautiful place. A nice sunny island in Greece. Thank you very much. Uzbekistan is here. Hello, Flora. Flora Success is here as well. Hello to you and welcome. RHS. Populism. Yes, I suppose nepotism is a form of populism. Or maybe you are offering favours to people who you are familiar with, or maybe who you are popular with, or maybe they are popular with you. Yes, I went. I see. Blue Thunder has actually been to summer camp. Wow, was it fun? I have a feeling. I bet, and I'm going to place a bet here. I have a feeling that Blue Thunder did a lot of swimming. I bet. I think so. Am I right? Can you use nepotism in a sentence? Well, you could always accuse a person. You can accuse someone of carrying out nepotism. So you can say, well, I don't want to use anyone's name, to be honest, because that's unfair. But you can probably imagine that you might accuse someone of using nepotism. Maybe a politician or a business person. Marcos. We just clicked and can be used between friends. Yes, if two people click. That is a great expression, by the way. If two people click, it means they meet and then immediately they seem to get along. They like each other. They seem to have an understanding, a mutual understanding. So we might say if two people click, they meet, oh, hello, and then they get along. They seem to get along straight away. So you might say that Mr. Steve and I clicked when we met because we seem to get along very well. So yes, nepotism can be something that occurs quite often, especially in positions of power, especially when a person has power. I was wondering about the spelling of favour versus favour. Well, I did mention earlier that favour with the letter U is British English, and without the U, it is American English. Hello from the Virgin Islands. Oh, can I just say hello to paradise? Virgin Islands, very nice. Yes, quite often, in fact, almost all the time, American English leaves out the letter U in words like colour and favour. In fact, I'm just wondering now if the subtitles on the live stream are showing American English or British English. So that would be very interesting to find out. Marinel Singh says, "Oh, I am your biggest fan." Thank you very much for that. Where are you watching at the moment? Are you in Asia? Maybe. Svetlana. Hello, Svetlana. Nice to see and hear you and to be your student. Svetlana Rokina. Is it your first time here today? If it is, please let me know. Louis. Oh, I see. I know what you're doing, Louis. Louis says the new Prime Minister of the UK has been described as a nepocyte or neposit. So if you show nepotism, you are describing a person who is showing favour. Now, that isn't my opinion. That is a comment from Louis, not from me. Okay? So please, no complaints. Nepotism doesn't work when your family hates you. Well, maybe if your family hates you and you give them some favour, maybe eventually they will become friends and maybe they will start to like you again. Birds are resting on the trees on such a rainy day. They are. The birds don't do very much when it's raining. They tend to stay in the trees and hide away. Are you making this video at your home? Yes, I am. I produce all of my lessons, all of my work is produced here at my home. I am now broadcasting to you live from my house. Also, we have Michael Kalinan. Hello to you. He says Michael Jackson is not guilty. It's a bit late now, isn't it, really, when you think about it? It's a little bit late now. It is the first time that I've ever joined your live video, says Flora. Flora Success. Is it really? Well, congratulations, Flora. And can I give you a round of applause? Would you like some fireworks as well? Okay, here are some fireworks just for you, Flora. Welcome to the live stream on a Sunday. It's Mr. Duncan, as live can be. I hope you are feeling well today. I really do. So welcome to the live stream. Heba is here as well. Thank you very much. Now, yesterday when I was doing my live stream, someone mentioned a video that I made last year with Mr. Steve, because the football season here in the UK is about to start again. So from the beginning of August, the football season will begin again. So I thought it would be a good opportunity to show the video that we made last year when Mr. Steve and myself were playing football in the garden. Da-do-do-do. So there it was. That was a video that we did last year. Mr. Steve and myself, we did that especially for the World Cup last year. If you remember, last year it occurred. Who remembers the World Cup from last year? It did happen. It did. Sadly, England was knocked out in the semi-final, which is a shame, really. Ah, poor England. However, the football season here in the UK is about to start again. Thank you very much for your messages. So many messages coming through today. There are some annoying habits that native English speakers have when they're speaking English. And now, I don't want to do this for very long, but here is something I want to share with you, and it is something that really does annoy me. Now, I don't get annoyed by many things. I am a fairly easygoing chap. Annoying phrases that people use in English. Annoying phrases that people use. And they use them too often when they're speaking English. So here you can see them now on the screen. Can you see them? I really hope so. Annoying phrases that people use when they're speaking. And when I say annoying, I mean they use them too often. They use them a lot when they're speaking. And I think this is one of the real skills of speaking English. One of the best ways to speak English is to avoid repeating certain words. And here you can see some of the words and phrases that are often repeated again and again when a person is speaking. And can I just say, it is a very bad habit. So actually, a lot of people will say actually when they are talking about a subject. Actually, I really like going to town. Actually, I do enjoy listening to music. Actually. Well, actually. So quite often the word actually is overused by people when they are talking about a certain subject. And they will use it even when they're not talking about a subject. How are you today? Actually, I'm all right. Just say, I'm all right. You don't have to say actually. To be honest. Now there is another one, a very annoying phrase. To be honest. To be honest. Now you can use this phrase, but some people use it too often. They use it all the time when they're talking about anything. What do you think about the weather today? To be honest, I think it's too hot, to be honest. Here is the worst one of all. This is one that you will hear a lot of native English speakers using, and they use it too often. Basically. Basically, I went to town and basically I bought some new clothes. Basically, I spent a lot of money. Basically. Basically. People will often start sentences with this word, and there's no need to do it. There is no need to do it. Here is another one. You know, people will often say, as if you don't know. Why do people do that? They will often use this at the end of sentences or sometimes at the beginning of sentences. And quite often they will use it too often. And another one that gets on my nerves, right. Right. They will say right at the end of sentences because they want to understand that the person they're talking to can comprehend what they're saying. Right? Like that. So they might be explaining something to another person. They might be explaining a situation or something, right? And then at the end of every sentence, they will say the same thing, right? It's very annoying. And finally, yeah. This is something young people do these days. Yes, I know I am starting to sound like a miserable old man, but yeah, people will say yeah at the end of sentences, yeah. I'm going to the shops tomorrow, yeah. Do you want to come with me? Well, okay. Yeah. Yeah. So the word yeah is often used at the end of sentences, yeah? And they are very, very annoying. Back to the live chat. Hello to the live chat. If I have missed you out, please don't shout at me. But I do have a lot of things to talk about. Mika says, you know, has been used a lot by native English speakers, I've realised. You know. Yes, and sometimes it is quite annoying. I think one of the worst parts of it is when you hear it used on television by presenters. So I suppose in normal life, when you are meeting people in the street, I suppose it's not too bad. But nowadays, and this is something I've noticed, these habits have started to creep into TV presenting. So people who are professional speakers have started to use these strange mannerisms or these annoying verbal inflections, as I call them. That's what I call them. Verbal inflections. I can think of some other words to describe them, but they are very, very rude. Michelle says, actually, to be honest, I basically say, you know, right? Oh, very good. I like that. You've managed to include all of them in your sentence. What about honestly, Mr. Duncan? Is it overused? I think so, honestly. I think sometimes people try too hard to show that they are being sincere. Now, I always believe that sincerity will come across anyway. I am often suspicious of people who seem to try too hard to be sincere. Honestly. Hello, Lilia. I couldn't agree more to Belarusia. Maybe this is a message that I didn't see earlier. I am currently working on my shadow aspect, and hand on heart, certain things I learn about myself are absolutely enlightening. Now, I know that Lilia, you are interested in psychology, so maybe it has something to do with that. Louis says, however, England won the World Cricket Cup, Mr. Duncan, but I don't follow any sport either. Well, nor do I. I don't really follow sport, to be honest. I don't. Mr. Duncan, are you enjoying reading? I love reading. Yes, I do. I like reading. I like reading about other people's lives. People who have accomplished things in their lives. I'm always interested to find out what their background is and what happened in their younger years. So it doesn't necessarily mean just because you have a very good childhood, it doesn't mean that your life is going to be great or that you will accomplish many things when you get older. It doesn't always mean that. In fact, I have noticed that quite often people who have very modest or simple backgrounds in their childhood, quite often they will push themselves more. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't. Yes, yeah is used a lot in the USA. They use yeah for yes. Yeah. These words seem useless, says Tone. I don't know which words you mean. Maybe you can tell me. Do you like Jules Verne, science fiction? Jules Verne was one of the first people to actually write stories that could be described as science fiction. So Jules Verne wrote a lot of what I would call fantasy stories. Journey to the Centre of the Earth is one of my favourites. Do you mean biography books? Yes, I like reading other people's biographies, the stories of people's lives. I'm very interested in that. How to practice speaking English. There are many ways of doing it. You can do it with yourself by looking in the mirror and practicing your speaking technique. You can listen to your voice. You can use one of these. You can use your mobile phone, your mobile device. You can record your voice. Hello, my name is Mr. Duncan, and I'm recording my voice so I can listen to myself, and I can then find out if my English is good or whether it needs some improvement. So there are many ways of improving your English, and you can do it quite often by yourself. Hi, Mr. Duncan. I want to learn English fluently, but I find it hard to do. But, of course, if you watch my videos, my recorded lessons, my live lessons, there will be English spoken all the time. You can immerse yourself in the English language. It's a little bit like going for a swim in the sea. You can swim in the ocean of English. Does that sound good? There are many similar fillers that people use in their speech in Japanese. So yes, I suppose it happens in all languages. I remember in China there were some very strange habits that people had when they were speaking. If you said something to a Chinese person and they didn't quite hear you, they would reply with Thank you so much for answering my question. You are welcome, no problem. Louis Munaz, I hope I pronounce your name right. If I haven't, please tell me. Let's have a look at some words connected to, well, words and phrases connected to one word in particular, and that is blow. So we are going to look at uses of the word blow, and there are quite a few of them, more than you might realise. So uses of the word blow, and here is the first one. So let's look at the uses of the word blow. Let me just move across so you can see it on the screen, and there it is. So, first of all, the first use of the word blow. So this is adverbial with an object. So the simplest use of blow is to cause something to move or propel due to the wind. So blow can just mean the movement of something due to the wind. So, for example, a gust of wind blew the leaves across the grass. A gust of wind blew the leaves across the grass. So the wind is interacting with something else. It is occurring with an object. Another one. This time without an object. To be carried or driven or moved by the wind or an air current. So when we talk about an air current, it is the flow of air. So, for example, the wind. You might describe the wind as a type of air current. Maybe heat that is rising is also an air current. But in this case, it refers to wind. So, to be carried, driven or moved by the wind or an air current. For example, it was so windy that the tent nearly blew away. The tent nearly blew away. So, blew is the past tense of blow. Blow. It nearly blew away in the past. So that's a couple of uses of the word blow. We will look at some more in a few moments. I did have to learn Chinese when I was living in China because, yes, I did used to live in China. For over 4 years, I lived in China teaching English, and I did have to learn some Chinese, some survival Chinese. So, yes. You are amazing from Egypt. Thank you, Mohammed El Sayed. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Mr. Duncan, I think that, is a little bit like, well, that's a moment to think about what you are going to say next. Oh, yes, quite often when a person is speaking, they might use certain words in the sentence whilst they are thinking of what to say next. I think that's a very good suggestion, yes. But I think also these things can be just habits. They can become very annoying habits. I think so. And I'm not talking about people who are learning English as a second language. I'm talking about native English speakers, such as myself. I was blown away by his behaviour, Palmyra says. Oh yes, that's another use. We might look at that later on. Yes, to blow, blew, or be blown. So you blow up. You blew up. It has been blown up. Blown. Blew. Blow. Thank you very much for that. Another one now. Oh, this is one that I'm sure a lot of people will be familiar with. Uses of the word blow. Can you see what I'm doing? Blow. You blow. So with no object, you are just expelling air. To expel air through pursed lips. So if your lips are pursed, it means they are put together like this. You purse your lips. You contract your lips. You blow. To expel air. Expel means to push out. You expel. You push air through your lips. You might need to blow on your tea to cool it down. So you might need to blow on something to cool it down. So there is another use of the word blow. You might be surprised to find out that there are many uses of the word blow. Many. Martha Poland is going. Oh, Martha, don't forget you can catch the live stream later on. So don't worry about that. You can catch the live stream later. And yes, there will be captions later as well. Mr. Duncan, what about really at the end of the sentence? I suppose really isn't that common. To be honest with you, I don't hear it very often. It's not as common as you might think, really. But sometimes I think it is used, but I don't think it is one that people use too much. Quite often when they emphasize something, they might say, really, really. One thing that does annoy me is when you tell something to someone about an occurrence or something that's happened, and the only thing they say is, really. That's it. So their only word, their only response is, really. Sometimes I think that is a little bit rude. And also, I think sometimes it is a sign that people aren't listening to what you're saying. That's what I think. Bye, Martha. I hope we see you next week, because we will be into August. August will be here next week. Mr. Duncan, it is amusing after I have written something in English and I find out my mistakes. That happens all the time, even me. Sometimes when I'm typing on my computer, sometimes I make mistakes when I'm typing, especially when I'm in a hurry. There is nothing worse than typing on your computer in a hurry, because quite often you will make lots and lots of mistakes. If I'm not mistaken, blow means cocaine? Yes, it does. It is a slang term for a type of Class A drug. When we say Class A, it means it is forbidden. It is banned. Class A, something that you are not supposed to have. A type of drug. Yes, cocaine can also be called blow. I don't know why. They should really call it suck. You've checked my comment, Belarusia. Oh, that's from Mika. That's a private message on my live stream. Mr. Duncan, would you call yourself a good listener? Yes, I think I am. I am quite attentive. If a person is talking to me, as long as the subject isn't too boring and as long as the person doesn't speak for too long about one thing, especially people who talk about themselves all the time. I'm sure we all know someone like this, a person who just wants to talk about themselves. Mr. Duncan, there is a song you mentioned which is very popular in Lithuania. It is performed by one of our singers, but quite a few people know that it is from Bob Dylan. Do you mean Blowing in the Wind? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Is that the one? Mr. Duck, yes, I am a good listener. I can listen to people talk to me as long as it's not too boring and as long as they don't always talk about themselves. That can be very boring. Luz Rodriguez says, I enjoy watching and listening to you. It is a way to improve my listening. Thanks a lot. From Colombia. Hello to Colombia. It's very nice to see you here today on the live stream. I really like your body language and your face when you are speaking. Thank you very much. Is it correct to say I were when that? I don't know what you mean there. I'm not sure what the question is. Is it correct to say I were when that? I were when that. I was might be the past tense. So you are, I was in the past tense. Are you making this video alone? Yes, I am. I do everything by myself. I produce my live streams by myself. Everything you see on my YouTube channel has been created by me. No one else. No one else helps me. I have no assistants. I do it all myself. And that is the way it's been for the past 13 years. I suppose you can also blow out the candles. When do you blow the candles out? Quite often you will blow candles out at a birthday party. When someone presents you with the cake and maybe there are candles on top of the cake, you will blow the candles out. You will blow out the candles. Another use of blow. we have about another 15, 20 minutes. Uses of blow. Here is another one. I will change sides to give you a rest. So you don't have to keep looking on the same side of the screen. I'm giving you a rest. Isn't that nice? Uses of blow. Here we are using it with an object to use one's breath to propel something. So you are actually moving something along. You are moving something with your breath. Do you have to blow your cigar smoke into my face? Do you have to blow your cigar smoke into my face? So they are blowing something and it is physically going into your face. You can sense what they are blowing from their mouth physically. So it is actually used with an object in this particular way. Another one. Here's a good one. This is something I do quite often, especially when I've been doing some exercise. Blow. To breathe hard and only after a few steps, Uncle Albert was puffing and blowing. To puff and blow means you are tired. You are showing your fatigue. You are tired out. You are... I am puffing and blowing. Also, panting. You can pant like a dog. Another one. Another use of the word blow. To force air through the mouth into an instrument in order to make a sound. So you blow into a musical instrument or into something that makes a sound. So they could see that the referee was about to blow his whistle. Blow. So you blow into an instrument to produce a sound. In this case, it is a whistle. A whistle. The referee was about to blow his whistle. The thing that you blow to produce a sound. Another use of the word blow. And most of these are actual verbs. They are actually verbs. So quite often we will use the word blow verbally to show an action. To show an action. Connell says, me and my daughter and I blew the candles out on our birthday party or at our birthday party. So we blew the candles out at our birthday party a few days ago. Happy birthday for your birthday. Also we have Louis Munoz says blow in Spanish is sopla. 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 Is that okay? Is my pronunciation okay? Sopla. Hello to Mohammed El Sayed again. Nice to see that you are still with us on this Sunday afternoon. Very kind of you to stay with me on this Sunday. I know a lot of people have their rest on a Sunday, so thank you very much for giving up your time to join me. Don't forget, if you want captions on the live stream, press this button on your keyboard and you will get live captions. Amazing. Isn't it incredible? Here's another one. Now, I really do wish that Mr. Steve was here at the moment. I really do wish he was here because I think Mr. Steve would have a lot to say about the next use of blow. Here it is. Oh, yes. Can you see it? Another use of blow with an object. To sound the horn of a car. To activate a car horn. Beep, 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 bop, bop. The angry motorists all started to blow their horns. They blow their horns. They blew their horns, if it's the past tense. So to make the sound of your horn activate, you activate the sound of your horn. You blow your horn. You sound your horn. Another use of the word blow. Wow. Hello to... I'm just laughing at one of the comments that I've had to remove. Do you have many students in Vietnam? Yes, I do. I have a lot of viewers. In fact, I think it's safe to say the country that has the most viewers on my channel is Vietnam. Vlad Perez asks, blowing kisses in the wind. Oh, yes. I think that is a song from the 1980s. Yes, it is. A song from the 1980s by Paula Abdul. Whatever happened to Paula Abdul? She had one or two big hits in the 1980s and then she disappeared without trace. I'm sure someone will tell me, no, Mr. Duncan, you're wrong. She's now a judge on American Idol or something like that. Hello, Mr. Duncan. I'm here again. I like watching your lessons. They are very helpful. Cadney. Hello, Cadney. Thanks to Tomek. Thank you, Tomek, for your suggestion there. Another use of the word blow. You are very naughty. Very naughty indeed. How can I improve my English talking? Well, part of using English is also getting used to listening to English. So you can learn new words, you can learn grammar, you can learn the ways of using English, but also you need to speak English. And that is something that a lot of people have difficulty with. Sometimes they will lack confidence, so sometimes they have no confidence to do it. So learning English and learning to speak English is something that takes a long time. You have to build your confidence. So I think one of the biggest problems when it comes to speaking a new language is building your confidence. But you certainly have to know lots of words, and you also have to understand grammar as well. Don't be shy. You can watch the last full English lesson that Mr. Duncan produced. Yes, last week I did produce an English lesson on my YouTube channel where I talk all about getting used to speaking out loud. It isn't the easiest thing to do. I know. I understand your problem. I remember when I was in China and I tried to use Chinese, sometimes I would feel very embarrassed, especially when I got the words wrong. But it is a great way to learn. It is a very good way to learn. Lilia is going now. I will catch up with the replay in the evening. Okay, Lilia, see you next weekend. I will be back next Saturday, 12 midday UK time. Don't forget also to subscribe to my channel. So if you haven't subscribed, click subscribe. And also make sure you have your notifications switched on. Your little notification bell is activated, so you will never miss another one of my lessons, whether they are recorded or live. Don't forget. See you, Lilia. Catch you later. Another use of the word blow, and then I will be blowing away like a leaf on a breezy day. Here is a use of blow that is often used. Now you might hear this used quite often with an object, and this is normally used of an explosion. So a moment where something explodes. So of an explosion, or to displace violently or send flying. So maybe you could use the word propel. So maybe if there is an explosion, it will blow things away because of the force of the explosion. For example, here we go. The explosion had blown all the windows out. The explosion had blown all the windows out. So the force of the explosion had blown all the windows out. They had all been destroyed. Blow. We are looking at words, phrases to do with the word blow. What would you do if a hater insulted you? Do you mean me? I don't know. I might go into the corner of the room and cry, maybe for a whole week. Ooh. Thank you very much for your company today. I am going very soon. Another use of the word blow, and then we have a list of sentences as well that we can use. Some phrases using the word blow. Oh, a sudden burst of a car tyre. The sudden bursting of a car tyre. A car tyre suddenly bursts. Both rear tyres had blown. So if you blow a tyre, it means it bursts suddenly. You blow a tyre. Of course, don't forget, you can also inflate a tyre. So you can blow up a tyre. So in that case, the meaning is different. So if you inflate a tyre, we can say that you blow up the tyre. But if you blow a tyre, it means it bursts. So there are two very different meanings there, and they are opposites. So to inflate and to burst. So with one of them you are putting air into the tyre, and the other one, the air is suddenly escaping. Blow. Another one. And then I am going to go. Oh, it's nearly time to go. It's gone so fast today, don't you think? Another use of blow with no object, an electrical burnout caused by circuit overloading. So maybe the wires in your house become too hot because there is too much current or too much electricity going through it. Something will blow. The lights had gone out because the fuse blew. So the fuse is what controls the power going through the wires into your electrical device. So there you go. So the lights had gone out because the fuse blew. So the lights went out. Something blows, something stops working because there is too much electricity going through it. It overheats and then it blows. Another one, and this is very similar to the last one. Again, with an object, an electronic burnout caused by an appliance. So this time, the burn or the overheating is caused by a particular thing, appliance. So when we say appliance, it means something that we use to do a certain job. Quite often we will say electrical appliance. The faulty TV blew a fuse. Faulty. Something isn't working properly. It is broken. It is malfunctioning. It isn't working properly. The faulty TV blew a fuse. So that is the reason why the fuse blew. It blew because the TV wasn't working properly. Another one. Oh, and here is an informal use of blew or blow. To spend money recklessly. Oh, so maybe you spend money in a foolish way. You spend all of your money, or you spend it recklessly. You blow all your money. You blow your money. You spend it recklessly. That is a very interesting word, actually, recklessly. To do something recklessly is to do it carelessly, without any thought, without any fear of the consequences. You do it recklessly. You blow all your money. They blew all their money on expensive holidays abroad. They blew all their money on expensive holidays abroad. So another use of the word blow. So many uses. And today I'm not even using all of them. There are some other ones as well. But today I've decided to use the most common ones. The most common ones. Thank you very much for your messages today. So many people have got involved. Does anyone here need a partner to improve their speech? How are you guys doing? Diniz. Hello, Diniz. Nice to see you here on the live stream. Well, I always say that if you want to learn something, sometimes sharing with other people is a very good idea, which is one of the reasons why I do this. So the reason why I do this is to allow lots of people to join together and share their love of English. So that's the reason why I do it. Hello from Laos. Passan is here. Thank you very much. Jamelia. Hello, Jamelia. Jamelia is going. Jamelia is going. See you later. Tuan Pham says, I used to blow all my pocket money. Ah, you see? So you spend it, maybe you spend it all at once. You spend all of your money at once. Maybe you waste your money. You spend your money recklessly. You blow your money. Blow your money. Hello, Helena. Please give a big thumbs up to Mr. Duncan. Yes, that's a good idea. Give me a like. There it is. Give me one of these. Not one of these. One of these would be lovely. One of these will make me sad and cry all night. I think I will have to watch your video again tomorrow to absorb all the uses of blow. Well, that is the good thing about watching my video lessons. You can watch them as many times as you want. You can watch them once, or you can watch them 1,000 times. It's up to you. Another use of blow, and then I will go. Another use of blow, to be carried, driven or moved by the wind or an air current. As I mentioned earlier, the word current means just the movement of something. So we can have an air current or maybe an electrical current, electricity as it moves as well. It was so windy that the tent nearly blew away. It was so windy that the tent nearly blew away. So it was nearly carried away by the wind. Blow blue. Don't forget, blue here is the past tense of blow. We are nearly at the end. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. I think this has gone so fast today. We will be going in 5 minutes. I always share your lessons. Thank you, Braga. Braga Photography. I always share your lessons. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. Don't forget, if you want to follow me, you can. You can follow me on Facebook. Also, you can email me if you have anything you want to say. Maybe you enjoy my lessons. Maybe you don't. Maybe you hate my lessons. Also, you can send a donation to PayPal to keep my work going, because I do everything for free. Everything you see, all of my lessons, all of my live streams, everything is done for free. It doesn't cost you anything. So I do appreciate your donations so my work can continue forever and ever and ever. And don't forget, you can catch me Saturday live, Sunday live, 12 p.m. midday on Saturday and 2 p.m. UK time on Sunday, and a new full English lesson every single Wednesday. So much to do. I am a busy bee. I think it's safe to say that I am a very busy bee. I will be going soon. Thank you very much to Thomas. Hello, Thomas. I didn't say hello to you earlier. I apologise for that. Hello also to... It was so windy yesterday in Japan, my shoes were blown away. My shoes were blown away. The wind carried the shoes away. All I can say is that must have been a very strong gust of wind. I think so. Toan says good night. Can you please say good night to me? Because it's very late in Vietnam. Yes, I imagine it must be very late right now in Vietnam. Another one, another use of the word blow. To stun someone. Stun. If you stun someone, you give them a big surprise, a big shock. Stun. To stun someone with incomprehensible information. Incomprehensible. Look at that word. That is such a big word. It's a big one. Incomprehensible is something that cannot be fully understood immediately. Something that you cannot comprehend is incomprehensible. Your lecture on the solar system blew me away. It really did. Your lecture on the solar system blew me away. My mind was blown. And I think we have one more before we go. One more before we go. Here we go. Oh, in fact, we have some phrases. So these are phrases that can also use the word blow. We can say, blow your own trumpet. A person who blows their own trumpet is a person who likes to show off. They always show off and boast. Oh, I am so good at English. Oh, Mr. Duncan, you shouldn't blow your own trumpet. You shouldn't show off. You are too proud. Blow your top means to get angry. If you get angry or lose your temper, we can say that you blow your top. Blow hot and cold means to constantly change your mood. So sometimes you are kind and then suddenly you are unkind, and then you are kind again, and then you are unkind. You blow hot and cold. Finally, blow something out of the water. It means to destroy someone's idea or to destroy something that a person has said. You disprove something. So if you disprove something, if you make the thing that has been said to appear untrue, we can say that you blow that thing out of the water. You blow something out of the water. And that's it. Oh my goodness, we are now coming up to 3:30, and it's coming up to the end of today's live stream. I can't believe it. Mr. Duncan, you are as dear as any member of our family. We love you. Thank you, Connell. That's very kind of you to say. How lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you also to Toan. All of your lessons are immensely alluring. Oh, if something is alluring, it means it is attractive. It will draw you closer and closer. You feel attracted to something. You find it alluring. I am new here, Mr. Duncan. Your lessons are the best. Thank you, Paradise. Where are you watching at the moment? I am going in about 1 minute. We have just 1 minute before I go. Mr. Duncan, will you have salmon this evening? Yes. We will be having some lovely salmon with some fresh vegetables, sweet potatoes, garden peas. Very nice. And also spinach as well. We do like spinach. I like eating spinach. Apparently spinach is very good for you. Tong Tui says, I love you very much. Thank you very much. And I love all of you as well for following me. Thank you very much for giving me your time and joining in today. I really do appreciate it. Without you, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here now. Thank you, Giovanni. I am going. I hope you've enjoyed today's live stream. We will have one last look outside. There it is. There is the view outside. We did have some rain earlier, but it looks as if the rain has stopped, which is nice. And I'm going. I hope you've enjoyed today's live stream. My birthday is on the 11th of August, the day before my birthday. Oh, I like it. So Heber's birthday is on the 11th of August. My birthday is on the 12th of August. Talking of August, I will see you next weekend live, Saturday, 12 midday, Sunday, 2 p.m. UK time, a new full English lesson every Wednesday. And that is it. This is Mr. Duncan in the birthplace of English. That is, of course, England. That is where I am right now, saying thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today's live stream. I really hope it's been useful. Don't forget, you can catch me every Saturday and Sunday live right here. And of course, you know what's coming next. Until the next time we meet here on YouTube, you know what I'm going to say to you, don't you? Of course you do. Stay cool and ta-ta for now.